Okay, I just got back from seeing Avatar at the midnight release, and everybody is going to be pretty much going crazy trying to see this movie over the weekend. Of course, everyone who's been seeing my video reviews in the past on Drinking Roundtable know already that this camera will cut out way before I finish the video, so I'm going to go on talking about the movie until it ends, but even if you don't get to see the whole thing, I'm just going to go ahead and say right up front Avatar is one of the best films I've seen this year. It's amazing. It's everything you would want from going to see the movies. Go out and see it right now. Now, as far as continuing the video goes, let's talk about the movie. The movie Avatar is kind of been a very big, what's the word? It's been a very big subject of pre-hype for the movie. Part of it's just because the director James Cameron, who's done some of my favorite movies of the past couple decades, like Aliens, Terminator 2, Titanic. I know a lot of people out there hate Titanic. I don't know why, because you all. Ugh. Anyway, he's done just amazing films. A lot of his movies are big special effects films, and ever since Titanic, when he won the few Oscars, people thought that he wasn't ever going to make another movie because, well, he hasn't made any movies in the past 12 years now. So, what has he been working on? Well, rumor is that he's been working on this film Avatar, which just now released today. I think it's Friday now. Yeah, it's Friday now. It's Friday now. So it released today. Rumor is he's been working on this for like 8 years or something. I'm not sure if that's true because it could be completely false. Anyway, the movie Avatar is something that James Cameron says that he actually created in his head about 10 years ago. He came up with the whole idea of Pandora, where the game is, where not the game, excuse me, where the movie takes place in his mind, and he tried to put it together. And back then, the budget for the movie, the scale of the movie, was just something that could not be put together today, not in or not could not have been put together at that time. And today he has found the tools and everything to be able to make this movie. And he's rumored to say that he's been making it for about 5 to 8 years now. Again, don't know if that's true, but that's just what they say. Anyway, the movie Avatar takes place in some undisclosed time in the future. It can't be too far because they've been talking about stuff like the current economic state and kind of just where humanity is, because there's such a low amount of money or amount of currency on the planet Earth, which kind of weird, really. But anyway, so what they've been trying to find some other way of currency or some other way to actually fuel markets on Earth, and one way that they found is this planet far out in space called Pandora, that they have kind of discovered in the past, but no humans they've never told anyone about it. So they go out there. They're taking these soldiers out there. The main character soldier, his name is Jake. His brother actually dies on the way there through cryosleep. His brother actually dies, and sorry, allergy problems. Anyway, his brother actually dies there on the way there, so they take his brother, who is the one who was supposed to actually was supposed to actually whatever. Anyway, he ends up going on to this thing called the Avatar Project. The thing that they're going to Pandora for is this small stone called unobtainium, which they pretty much have put together that it can actually be sold for $20 million or 20 million kilos or whatever their weird futuristic money is, or if that's even futuristic money. But they pretty much trying to get this giant deposit on the planet of Pandora. A small stone of this is worth 20 million, but there is a giant deposit that is massive, that is actually settled right in the middle of this settlement of these creatures called the Na'vi on the planet Pandora. So what they're trying to do is they're actually trying to go in there and get them to move without killing them. But by doing this is they are sending soldiers in these things called avatars, which are actually genetically mixed with human DNA and the DNA of the Na'vi to actually go in there and persuade them to move. The other people, though, just want to kill them. So they're going to take the chances of trying to get them to move, and then if they don't do that, they're going to kill them. So Jake, yeah, along with a couple other people who are going to go in for the Avatar project, are going to actually go in there and try and learn about the Na'vi and trying to get them to move on or whatever so they can take their land. But they actually learned that this stone unobtainium, or what humans call unobtainium, is actually something that they use, that the avatars, the Na'vi use to actually connect with like the spirit of the forest or the spirit of the world that they're in. And they are trying to fight the humans for it because they don't want to leave their land. Why would they? It's their land. Anyway, so while Jake, not just Jake, but the other two people, like one's being Sigourney Weaver, for instance, and one being a guy from, I think, The Office? I can't remember. But they are actually trying, they're against the Na'vi, but then when they start learning about the world that the Na'vi work for, I mean, not work for, but they live in, and everything about the Na'vi, they become so entrenched in their lore, their world, everything about them, because everything about them is positive. And eventually, they start working against the humans, and they start helping the Na'vi to actually fight back for their planet and fight the humans for their planet. When you step back, and there's a lot more to it, of course, but when you step back and look at it, the movie is basically a carbon copy of the 1990 film Dances with Wolves. Whereas in this film, the character Jake is against the Na'vi, is against the Na'vi, but he eventually fights for them back against the humans. Whereas Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves was against the Indians, but actually helped the Indians fight against the Englishmen or something. I can't remember. But honestly, if you think of it that way, though, I really don't know how to get into it in a video that's only like 10 minutes long, but this movie is better than that. It is so much better than that because the lore and the fiction behind Avatar is brilliant. There's so much brimming in this world. There's so much in this world that is just... There's so much in this world that is so amazingly crafted. The world itself, the characters, the conflicts, everything in it is so well put together that it's mind-blowing. And not just does the story that good, but also this film breaks a whole new era in special effects. I have never seen special effects quite like this. And it's not just that the special effects are technically amazing, but they are artistically amazing. They are well crafted. Every little thing about the world, every character, every creature, it's not just some creature that's going to roar its teeth and go crazy and try to kill you. Every little thing on the creature is a moving thing. This is going to be one of those movies that when you go back and watch it, you're gonna pick out something different each time. Whether it's this little bitty incremental thing that may not be that much of a difference, but you are just it's just adds so much to it when it's all put together. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know how to. This is a movie that I cannot describe in 10 minutes because that's how long this video can be. This movie is brilliant. This is going to be a multiple Oscar nomination film. I don't know if it'll get Best Picture, but I think it should be. This film is a movie to treasure, and it's one of the best films of 2009. I'm going to give it a flat-out 4 out of 4. There's nothing about this movie that didn't completely grab me to the very core of everything the movie was about and everything that it did. I flat out love this movie, and I can't wait to see it again. But hey, I hope you guys enjoy it too if you end up going to see it. But for the Drunken Roundtable, I'm Max McCormick, telling you that Avatar's awesome. Go see it.